Hey everybody, welcome back. I did a live video a few days ago showing some of my building process. I'm a Leviathan. I'm not really a gamer, but I am a fantasy artist. That's what my channel mainly is supposed to be about, but I've gotten really into Planet Zoo. It's a great creative outlet and I love animals. So last time I was here, I was just showing kind of some things I was working on, and I wanted to kind of show again what I've done so far. So let me just make sure this is working properly by loading my channel here to see if it's live. Okay, I see it live. Yes, it seems to be working, and hopefully you can hear me okay. So I have kicked everybody out of the zoo, all of the guests, because last time I was doing this, when I came back to review the video, I saw that it was like choppy. It wasn't smooth at all, not like the way that I'm seeing it personally. So maybe that will help. I don't know really much about it, but anyways, I just wanted to show you my Przewalski's horse habitat, and I fixed the Arctic wolf habitat. I wasn't really happy with the way the landscaping looked. But first let's start with this. So as you can see, I've made a barn, and it's sort of got like this country western vibe going on. And I was originally going to have a guest path right through here, but apparently you cannot go in the Przewalski's horse habitat. It's a no. So I learned that last go around that if you look on the little what is this thing called? Zoopedia. Sorry, I couldn't think of it. When you look on the Zoopedia, you can go in here and you can find can a guest enter habitat, and for the aardvark it says yes. And the relationship to humans is shy. This confused me because when I was first looking around, I noticed Przewalski's horse said they were confident, I think it said, with people. So to me, I feel like that means you should be able to go in there with them, but apparently it doesn't correlate. So I ended up just keeping this like fake entry because I just kind of liked the look of it. I liked the idea that maybe someone could drive a car in here, or the keepers could use it, but it's not actually a true path. It just made it look like a path with the terrain paint tool. So when guests come in from the entrance of the zoo, they can just walk on this way. I guess I should start it from back here, but you come over here to the this is a collared peccary. I just made that the other day, but I thought maybe I'd showcase that a little bit later. Well, maybe I'll include it later in the video. But so the guests can come down here. Instead of a walking path, I decided to do a viewing dome. I love this barn. It worked out really well. As you can see, I put bedding in each area, and oftentimes the horses are just here lined up in a row using these stalls. So it's sort of like a real horse barn, and I decorated them with some items in here. Like maybe this would be a food pail and a water pail, and just some veggies and a little toys, things to encourage them to come inside. And it seems to work pretty well. They're in here often. I've got the little piano here. That's funny watching them use that, their little flappy lips. And then the guests can come on down here, and then they can go inside the viewing dome area. And then that is out here in the field. So I just decorated in things they'd have in their natural habitat. And I've already had a couple foals come through and mature, so even though I have it on, aging 5 times slower, it still seems like they age so fast. So you can see my keepers are doing a pretty good job keeping up on things. No guests in here because I kicked them all out. One thing I didn't know, which I wish I could capture now, but the little info on the wall, donation boxes, trash, because you don't need trash being left everywhere. And right across are the pigs. I thought that was a good idea to keep the farm animals, or I guess it's not a farm animal per se, but farm animal-esque. So, um, just put some little details here, trying to make it like a farm kind of feeling. Something kind of just, I don't know, homey and cozy. And over here, I made like a little insect info area. I put the bug house that you can get with the conservation pack, because I just loved it and I wasn't really sure what to use it. I wish little bees or something flew out of it, like, but I put a little like dandelion fluffs that fly around here for just a little something. And then I've got all these garden supplies. Just try to make it look like this cozy country garden type thing. And I really love the sunflowers, so I was throwing sunflowers everywhere. And then of course a educational board about bee population, the importance of bees. So the guests can come down here. I hope my camera works okay, but the guests will come on down here. And I think I do need to add more decorations in here. It's kind of plain. I was thinking of adding some like potted flowers and stuff like that, just to kind of make it match the rest. It looks kind of bare and not that interesting right now, but this is an animal talk, and then the guests sit up here and it's fun to watch them, and the horses come over here. I think the educational person throws food back there, but they're often over here anyways because I put some things out. So I just love the view. I've got some different elevations in here. It's not too overcrowded, so you can see everything well, and the horses are always running about. And it just looks beautiful to me when the shadows are coming with the trees. It's just really pretty. So I'm like really happy with it. I made these, fences. These are actually fences from the like climbing area of animal habitat. So I just pulled, I think it's this one, the climbable natural branch 2, and I just put them together with the rope, and I think it came out pretty well. So, and over here we have the collared peccary. I guess I'll just show it to you since it's sort of kind of blending into the habitat with the horses. There's a viewing area here. It's kind of like the old one I made, but I redid the whole thing, and I made the fence different, so they can come in from this path on the way to the horses or leaving the horses. And back here I've hidden away like the entry area for the keepers. So this is the keeper's hut for the little keeper building. This is a actual path for keepers, and people were going down it, so I had to extend it so they stopped going here and blocking the keepers. But this is just the way into the collared peccary for the keepers, and I'll probably eventually put some kind of decorations in here. But once you go through, here's their sleeping area, heater. I put a little details here like gardening, or I guess it would be for keeping, tools you might use to clean the pen and take care of them. And it's sort of a mix of things, but I kind of went with sort of grassland and desert because I think that just suits them better. And these pigs are left over from earlier. I was actually making a lot of conservation points off of the leucistic ones. I believe that's what they are, the leucistic. Yep, I confuse that with albino sometimes. I'm just used to saying albino. So yeah, when you're walking through with the horses, you get a pretty clear view of them running around in here. And again, I tried to put a lot of like just interesting details in, which I didn't do in the very beginning when I was playing in sandbox mode. But I realized once you start like just adding little details like this, it just really brings more character and interest to a habitat. And I think it goes a long way. And I think with these types of animals, it makes sense. I mean, I don't really think something like this would make sense in the wolves, for example. And we'll go take a look at those wolves right now. I'm really excited for the Eurasian pack because I was thinking of taking this building and just turning it into the modular gift shop if it'll fit in there. I don't know if it will, but it would make more sense than having these hat, you know, like momentum, what do you call it? Well, I guess that's kind of like gift shop stuff. That's what we'll probably use more of than those little things. So I did the viewing dome for the wolves as well, and it's just hidden behind this door. It just, I don't really like the looks of it, and I prefer to hide it, and this one hidden pretty well. I think it blends a little better than the one I did for the Przewalski horse, but since I built like a wooden structure around it, it kind of blends in with the barn anyway. So you come over here, and I sort of did some landscaping around close to the enclosure here, or habitat I should say. And before, if you look back on my other video, it had a lot more trees, and I had this kind of like elaborate little waterfall thing I tried to do, and it just looked too busy. So I just went and looked up like habitat pictures for them, and realized that in a lot of the pictures or any documentaries I could find about them, there weren't even trees in most cases. It was just like bare and rock and snow that the Arctic wolves were running on. So I tried to emulate that idea. So in the front, you just kind of see this whole rocky thing, and there's a bit of a stream there, but it's not very deep. And then I just put some greenery here and there, but generally it's just open. I used a lot of these snowy rocks and boulders. So yeah, I think this looks much better. It looks a lot more like their natural habitat to me, and I'm way more happy with it. Back here is the dome, as you can see. Over here I did a cool trick that I'm pretty proud of, where I would take a rock, put it down, then immediately I'd switch to the snowy one, and then I would just like, I don't know if I can individually click on it. Which one did I click? The snow one. And then I would just like bring it up a little bit and move it around so it looks snow-capped. I don't know if anyone else has thought of that. I haven't seen it done in a video yet, but I thought it was pretty smart, and I think it looks really good. So you can get like snow-covered rocks with some variants, because otherwise the only time you see snow on the rocks is when it's actually snowing. And it looks beautiful, so I was trying to get that look for, you know, all the time. I might do that with a couple of these rocks down here in the front. I just didn't want to do it to every rock, but I think it looks really awesome. And then over here they have their same hard shelter. There's a keeper coming in now to clean up that poop, I'm sure. It's funny when filming these videos and you're trying to show off your nice zoo and you pan over and your horse is just taking a giant dump. It just I know it's natural, but it sort of takes away from the beauty you're trying to show, but isn't that the way? So I added just this little, this is the Africa like banner thing. What is that called? I don't remember what everything's called. African sun sheet. So I guess that's what it's for, but I kind of use it more for snow and rain, because I just kind of feel bad when the guests are walking around. No, they're just like NPCs, but when they start doing this shivering animation, I just figure if it were me and I have to be like cozy at all times, like I would want, oh there we go, snow. I would want a shelter, you know, to just escape the sun or the elements while I'm walking around a zoo. So that gives them a chance to really look at the animals. So that is pretty much it. I've preemptively made a pond here. This is just a small like eating area I made, working on a big restaurant, like a 2-level one for the first time, but I'll show that another time. But I made this area with just drinks and food, and I put this pond wrapping around because I really think it would be awesome to have swans in it. So if they don't need like a really high habitat wall, I could probably get away with making it look supernatural, where you don't even really realize a wall is there somehow, and then having just the swans going through here. So I'm not sure if I will be purchasing that as soon as possible, or if I'm going to wait till Christmas in case someone happens to buy me like whatever it's called, the ultimate or ultra pack that gives you all the packs, and then I can just have everything. But I'm like super eager to get the swans in here. I just think that would be so cool. I'll probably like be putting little ponds everywhere and trying to shove swans in there discreetly. So Well, it's snowing now, so all the details are going away, but maybe I'll just show you what the area looks like over here when there's snow, because it's still beautiful when everything's covered with snow. And I'm always really impressed with how the snow gets on everything, like even little crevices. Like, look over here, this sign. Even on the edge of this banner, it's just crazy. It gets on everything. It makes it look so realistic. You can just see how pretty it looks with the snow out there on the barn, and the snow doesn't really melt on the barn because I have a heater in there, and I don't know if it's true, but it seems like when it's snowing the horses tend to go in here, and I don't know if they're attracted to the warmth. I imagine that there's something in the game that animals would be attracted to the warmth. Or would they just walk around and complain it's cold even if you put something warm? Well, the horse is happy. They don't seem to mind the cold either way. Well, there one goes in the barn right now. It's great seeing all the not tourists, guests in here looking at the horses when they're lined up in a row doing things. So cool. Well, I guess I'll end the video there. That's pretty much it for now. I'll give you like a sneak peek. Back in there is my restaurant I'm working on, trying to make it look like really classy, so we'll see how that comes out. Oh, and over here I have added my skunk house, but I'll save that for another video. So I'm hoping you guys enjoyed it, and maybe it gave you some ideas of things you can do. But yeah, thanks for watching, and if you're a part of the Planet Zoo community, please leave a comment. Let